Serving up a headache at the Coastal Bend restaurant, having to eat fines over offering chairs to their waiting customers. The legal battle playing out in district court.
Plus, a symbol meant to prevent future motorcycle accidents trashed. The ghost helmets removed from memorials around town. Victims' families with a strong message for these vandals.
And closing out hurricane preparedness week, the lessons we've learned so far and the big takeaways as we prepare for future natural disasters.
Good morning, South Texas. I'm John Thomas Cobos.
I'm Lexus Green. It is 5 a.m. on this Friday, May the 8th. Meteorologist Kellyanne Class, you've been really busy this week talking a lot about hurricane preparedness.
Hurricane preparedness,
insurance,
rainfall,
TWIA was in the building.
It's been a really busy week, but this is all leading up to the start of hurricane season.
You have to start now.
Which is 24 days away, but who's counting?
Who's counting?
I know, right? Not me, not at all. Okay, let's talk about rainfall because we're tracking some rain, thunderstorms in Mexico, South Texas, moving up here into the Coastal Bend. It's a stream of moisture feeding in from the west, but for now we're not looking at widespread rainfall, heavy rainfall, just a couple of passing showers across the Coastal Bend. Most of that heavy rainfall is right now out of our area, but will slowly push into our area throughout the day today. So this morning, just expect mostly cloudy conditions, some areas of drizzle, isolated rain showers as we go into the afternoon, as we see a little bit more sunshine. And then looking ahead to the evening, we're watching the radar because eventually we'll track some more showers and even some thunderstorms for your Friday evening plans. Let's get you started with a look at our temperatures. We're at 71 in Corpus Christi, it's 68 in Sinton, Beeville, and Freer. You're at 67 degrees, and we're at 68 degrees in Benavides as well as Alice. This afternoon, though, it's going to be hot. Our winds today will change out of the southeast, ushering in that warmer air. Plus, we'll have some sunshine that will also help to warm us up as well. And then again tonight, we're tracking some rain. We'll have more details on the timing of that coming up in a few minutes.
Kellyanne, thank you so very much. First Edition is closing out this week tracking a food fight. It has to do with Port Aransas restaurant and code enforcement.
That's right, John Thomas. The dispute has to do with the business offering chairs outside of their oyster bar, offering a place for diners to wait to eat. Well, things have gone legal.
That's right, and our Michael Gibson shows us the fines racking up and why the city's targeting him.
KC's Oyster Shack in Port Aransas usually has customers lined up outside waiting just to get in. Most people put their names on this sign-up sheet near the front door because inside there are only 14 seats and customers are limited to about an hour at the counter. Business is booming, but owner Chad Gorsica says a few chairs outside for waiting customers have landed him in trouble with the city.
The city's been fining me for having these chairs outside for people just to, for waiting purposes, and they've been wanting me to remove them, and I just don't think it's right that I had to have people sitting on the floor when they're just chairs for people to sit outside, and wait to get into the restaurant.
That's good. That's very good.
Gorsica tells 3 News that Port Aransas limits restaurants to 4 seats for every parking space they have. He believes the city counts his business as having only 4 parking spaces, allowing 16 total seats. He says the 4 waiting chairs outside pushed him over that limit.
I was at another restaurant last night, and there was 40 people sitting outside in the parking lot with margaritas in their hands, and they're sitting on the benches outside, but they don't have the parking for that. But and I don't think they get harassed for that. I feel like I'm being targeted.
So what does the city of Port Aransas have to say about all of this? Well, I contacted Mayor Wendy Moore, and she said, unfortunately, since this case is in litigation, there's no one from the city who can speak about it at this time.
What started out as city tickets has now turned into a civil lawsuit filed by Port Aransas against the oyster bar owner. Gorsica has now hired attorney Chris Gale to fight the case in district court.
We've been waiting for our trial date in regards to the tickets for a long time, and we're still waiting. And then suddenly we get this, and so my client's being sued civilly for having a couple of chairs and parking spaces. So, we look forward to it. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to defend it.
So a fight over a handful of chairs outside a tiny oyster bar has now turned into a courtroom showdown with City Hall. No trial date has yet been set. From Port Aransas, Michael Gibson, 3 News.
We'll continue to follow that case for you, not to worry. The port wants the Coastal Bend community to better understand their environmental priorities as they work for future projects expanding operations. Port leaders say new guidelines are a reflection of their continued commitment to environmental stewardship. tonight at 10. Our 3 News team will take a deeper look at those discussions, including what port officials say these changes could mean for future development in our area.
Members of our boating community are asking the city to reconsider water limits tied to the drought contingency plan. Brad Kaler, the owner of Market 37, says boats have to be rinsed off after they're used. If this is not done, the consequence can be costly. Corpus Christi is considered one of the top fishing destinations in Texas. Mayor Paulette Guajardo and City Council say they're working to balance conservation with the needs of local boaters and anglers. Another boating community meeting is set for later this month, and we'll be sure to follow along.
The Ghost Helmet Project is facing yet another roadblock as they aim to spread awareness for Motorcycle Safety Month. The family of Austin Gonzalez, who we've featured multiple times here on First Edition, and started the initiative in honor of their son, woke up to a call that his helmet and memorial had been removed from its spot on Rossiter and Ocean Drive for the 2nd year in a row. That is where Gonzalez was killed in a motorcycle crash in January 2023. We were there, as we've been showing you here this video. We were there when the parents searched for the helmet, ultimately retrieving it from that dumpster nearby. While it's not known why it was thrown away, the family does have a strong message for those vandalizing these memorials.
If there's a helmet in your area, if you don't like it for whatever reason, reach out to us. We'll have it moved. There's no need to throw it away. There's no need to desecrate someone else that put some time and effort into it. We'll move it to a different location if that needs to be the case.
Earlier this week, 2 other ghost helmets were taken from memorial sites. Organizers ask if you are concerned with the helmet's location. Again, please contact them. We have that information on our website at KIIITV.com.
There's no better way to understand a hurricane than heading into the eye of a storm. Hurricane hunters have that dangerous mission every season. Chief Meteorologist Carly Smith got a chance to sit down with Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Rickard. He's a member of the U.S. Air Force who flies directly into these powerful natural events to help understand its path and danger to those below. Head on over to 3 News Plus on your smart TV to see that complete interview and gain some unique insights into hurricane hunting.
Pretty impressive stuff. Yeah. Scary too, if I might add.
I didn't even know that was a job.
Oh yeah, it's a big one.
And they also fly during the off season as well, so not just like into hurricanes,
like
but
practice
also
rounds or
no. So sometimes they'll go out and survey the Pacific Northwest, usually when there's an atmospheric river setting up. So they do more than just hurricanes. But I mean, their main job
That's
is
impressive.
That is very
Well,
cool.
part 2 will have to be with you.
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
We can set that up. I'd love it. Okay, look, we want to make sure that you're weather aware for hurricane
Yes,
season.
we do. 24 days away, says Kellyanne. This is day 5 of Preparedness Week. With today's theme is use caution after storms.
Yeah, so if you evacuated for a storm, only return when it's safe. That's when officials will say it's safe. Even after the weather clears, danger can still linger, and that's going to be one of the most dangerous parts. Check your surroundings. Be careful around damaged buildings, down power lines, and possible gas leaks. If you're cleaning up, take breaks, stay hydrated, and try to work out during cooler hours. And if you're using a generator, never run it inside your home or your garage. That's how carbon monoxide poisoning happens. You want to keep it more than 20 feet away from your home. Then also keep in mind that emergency crews may be overwhelmed. So that could take hours or even days to arrive. Again, this is one of the most dangerous parts is after the storm rather than the storm coming, especially if you have evacuated. For more information on Hurricane Preparedness Week, go to noaa.gov/hurricane-prep. or visit our website, KIIITV.com. Of course, download our app, set up your alerts, and then May 30th at 6:30, Hurricane Special.
Oh, I cannot wait.
excited about that.
I love it every single year. There's always
Something
so
new.
much to learn, and you have to keep reminding people.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had one, and that's awesome. So it's good to refresh.
Yes,
Oh,
good
yeah.
knocking on wood. Let's hope it doesn't happen. I know we need the rain. Good news is there is rain in the
There
forecast.
is. I felt it this morning as I left my
Are you
house.
getting
drops
chill
on my
bumps when we're
windshield.
talking
I
about
was
rain?
getting little trickles of rain this
Little
morning.
trickles. Okay, I got more of like a little spritz on my way in rather than a trickle. We have some heavier rainfall down in Mexico right now, even around the Brownsville, South Texas area, but some lighter showers around San Antonio. So we're kind of of in this weird spot where we're in between two showers at the moment, but we will eventually see some rainfall move in our direction. So all of this grain that you're seeing right now surrounding Nueces County, San Pat County, this is just going to be radar clutter. It's not necessarily rain at the moment. However, most of that rainfall right now is still north of B County and Live Oak County, especially around Cotulla. This is eventually going to stretch into B County and Live Oak County this morning. So if you're out that direction, just have that umbrella. And then as we go into the afternoon, we'll start to dry up a bit. We'll have a few isolated showers. The better opportunity for rainfall will be this evening, especially after 5 o'clock this evening, 7, 8, 9, as rain and thunderstorms stretch back into our area. Otherwise, right now, we're sitting pretty comfortable and cool temperatures into the 60s and 70s, and it's all thanks to lower dew point temperatures. So when our dew point temperatures are lower, it allows our temperatures to quickly drop. However, if there's more humidity in the atmosphere, our temperatures don't drop as quickly. It's all due to some just big moisture in the air. We're not going to have a lot of humid conditions today. However, it is going to be warm temperatures into the 80s this afternoon. So if you are heading out for a round of golf, not a bad day for it. Our winds today will pick up at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, highs in the 80s. By the afternoon, relatively dry. Again, just a few showers. But this evening, we track those storms. We'll have the latest hour-by-hour timing coming up in a few minutes.
Kellyanne, thank you so very much. First Edition is following a very big announcement and honor for the Veterans Band of Corpus Christi. You know them and love them. The group has received an invitation to perform at the National Convention later this year in Las Vegas. Music director Ram Chavez says the All-Veteran Ensemble is set to perform at several major events, including the open ceremonies, Commander's Luncheon, and Military Luncheon. This will be during the upcoming American GI Forum National Convention, but they need your help. This is where your call to action comes in. The group is seeking donations to help cover travel costs for that trip, including airfare, hotel stay, and meals, as they represent the Coastal Bend and all of South Texas at this national event. Our website, KIITV.com, is a great place to start if you would like to lend a helping hand to these South Texas heroes. And all a great group out there.
Absolutely. Okay, calling tradition into question.
Yeah, the Buck Days lore, steeped in pirates. But how much is fact versus fiction? We're going to visit with some Coastal Bend pirates to find out.
Melissa, question. Am I crazy or am I not seeing my camera number on my name? Got it. Thank you. I was every time, if you notice, that's why I was wrong. Because I'm like, I don't know if it's me or not. But okay, got it. It's always me unless it says 2. Got it. No, you're fine.
In today's Tech Bites, Google's new health and fitness tracker. The Fitbit Air keeps track of your heart rate, sleep, and many other metrics. The device is set to rival another fitness tracker, the Whoop. The Fitbit Air goes on sale at the end of the month for just under $100. Next, Apple is reportedly in the final stages of creating new AirPods with built-in cameras. Bloomberg reports the cameras won't record photos or video, but will feed information to Siri. Users can then ask questions about what they're looking at. No word yet on a possible release date. Finally, OpenAI is launching a new feature called Trusted Contact. It allows an adult ChatGPT user to designate another person as a trusted contact within their account, such as a friend or family member. In cases where a conversation may turn to self-harm, OpenAI will now encourage the user to reach out to that contact. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
At Drive Time, we make it easy to get the car you want.
I need a pretty low monthly payment.
Well, just go to drivetime.com, get approved, and you can personalize your real terms on any car.
So I can seriously customize my own down and monthly payments?
100%.
So if I like one car, but I love this other car, I can change the payments so I can get the low monthly on the one that I really want?
Yeah, get the deal that works for you on the car that works for you.
I'm sorry. You and me, we're going places.
This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
Every great day starts with your gut. Try new Dulcolax gummies for daily gut support. These stimulant-free magnesium gummies help your gut run smoothly. New Dulcolax gummies for daily gut support.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damp.
Damp. Oh, damp.
Hey, language.
Damprid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damprid.
5:16 on the clock in our studios. Happy Friday morning to you.
Happy Friday.
Yes, okay. The beloved Buck Days is steeped in many a tradition, but none more than pirates.
Well, that got us thinking, how much of it is actual history versus legend? Our Ryan Hopper went digging for the answers, and what he found just might surprise you.
Ahoy, I'm Ryan Hopper in Port Aransas on the Red Dragon, the ship that was used for the Buck Days dunking of the mayor. This is such a great local tradition. It got me thinking, how much of this tradition is folklore versus actual fact?
It's no secret that the coastal bend loves its pirates, from Mathis to London to Rockport Fulton to Sinton and of course Corpus Christi. But experts say the actual number of pirates here was quite low due to the Texas coast's treacherous conditions.
We're standing in an exhibit about the 1554 shipwrecks. These ships weren't stopping there. They were just trying to follow the coast, follow the winds. Storm came, blew them into the Barrier Islands. You get a shipwreck.
Beale says these wrecks, along with uneven sandbars, discouraged settlement in the coastal bend until the 1800s, but we do have a history of local lawlessness. In the 1830s, the Nueces River was the U.S.-Mexico border, making the coastal bend a sparsely populated, lawless region, attracting smugglers and other hustlers from all over the country, including Pennsylvanian Henry Lawrence Kinney.
He kind of settled here, maybe without the permission of the local Mexican owner at the time, because this is pre-Texas, this is pre-United States. Owner of the land grant actually came up with an armed party and was intending to throw him out, and they actually worked out a deal where he legally bought the rights to operate his trading post and to bring new settlers in.
Kinney's post eventually becoming the town of Corpus Christi.
We were a frontier between two great political powers, and anytime you get a frontier, you get people attracted to the opportunities that provides. And he was certainly someone here intentionally because it was a bit of an unclear situation, and you can make money in unclear situations.
So while French buccaneer Jean Lafitte will always be the first local pirate to come to mind, this Buck Days, think of the scallywag who founded this city nearly 200 years ago.
From the Seven Seas, Ryan Hopper, 3 News.
Oh boy, Ryan, way to commit.
Oh, I love it. All in support of Buck Days. We've been out there in First Edition. We've been giving you the best of Buck, and Ryan is just trying to catch up.
Oh, he's trying to keep up with you. Yeah. Okay, Buck Days Food Challenge from 11 to 6. I want to know more about that.
I'm hungry.
I'm down for a challenge. Premier martial arts demo. Maybe some pirates will be out there swashbuckling as they search for some booty. Okay, 7 p.m. I was trying to find a way to work that in. Military and first responder night.
That's a good
awesome.
one.
Yeah,
We
get
love
out there,
that one.
support our military and first responders. I'm assuming that is you get in for free.
Yeah,
You've
you
more
do.
than
And
earned
then
that,
they,
right?
they give him an honor to stand up. And then it's Midland tonight. It's popping at the rodeo
Oh, what's
tonight.
going on? Are you going to be there for that?
I'm not, because I want to go watch Sissy win tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I want to watch Sissy win tomorrow.
That's a great name to have. Oh,
It's
it's changing
It's
because
not
she's getting
Sissy
married.
Lose. They don't call her Sissy Lose.
No, they don't. don't.
She's a winner. Yes. Okay, let's take a look at our Buck Days forecast because we have some changes on the way. It's going to be a little bit warmer than yesterday. Yesterday we reached the 70s. Today we're going to be at the mid 80s as high temperatures, feeling a little bit more like the mid 90s. Then this evening, keep in mind if you are going to be heading out to Buck Days, there is that potential of rainfall in our forecast. Now this morning we are tracking some rain. The heaviest stuff right now is down in Mexico and South Texas. Here in the coastal bend we have some mist, some drizzle, but as this trough continues to dig into the Baja Peninsula, it's going to fire up more rain and more thunderstorms, especially during our evening time frame. So this morning we're just going to be tracking a 10% coverage of rainfall. Not everyone is going to see rain, but this morning definitely waking up to cloudy conditions, misty conditions. It'll be this evening after 5 o'clock that we'll get more showers and more thunderstorms rolling on through. Now, when we look at our radar picture, we're looking at just a couple of showers here and misty conditions out in Nueces County, San Pat County, but heavier stuff is now beginning to stretch over towards Live Oak County and B County as well. Futurecast not having a good hold on what we're seeing already this morning, but it does look like we'll start to break out some of that cloud cover and rainfall as we go into the late morning, early afternoon. Still keeping a few isolated rain showers around, but this is going to be the main rain that we're talking about for the evening hours. Around 6:30, 7:30, stretching into our western counties and locations, and then continuing to push across the coastal bend around 9, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. By midnight, that batch of rainfall is offshore. We may see 1 or 2 more isolated showers behind that and into early tomorrow morning. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted most of South Texas underneath an isolated severe weather risk for today. And if anything does turn severe, it would likely be due to wind and hail. And then we're also watching the potential of some localized flooding west of the city in this green shaded area. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be traveling throughout the day today, especially this evening. We're going to be watching rain, the potential for some localized flooding, and then this evening, the potential for an isolated severe or strong storm. So this afternoon, mostly cloudy, a few showers possible. But again, it's going to be this evening that the rain and thunderstorm activity arrives. We'll get some clearing overnight, maybe though still keeping a few isolated showers in the forecast through early tomorrow morning. As we look towards tomorrow afternoon, most of that rainfall begins to lift. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds for tomorrow afternoon, and then it gets hot for Mother's Day and sunny as well. But then what happens Sunday night is there's a front that's going to move in, and this will help to bring in some showers late Sunday, very early on Monday. So looking at your Mother's Day weekend forecast, Saturday starts off with some showers. We'll get some clearing in the afternoon, leading to partly cloudy conditions. And then Sunday, Mother's Day, is going to be sunny and hot. Then overnight on Sunday into Monday, we'll have a few isolated showers. Then next week is shaping up to be sunny, dry, and warm. We'll be right back.
TSO.
Yeah.
And so there it's much cheaper.
Just do it for fun, though. They used to go online, not in the store online, and do the box. They'll send you like 5 shades for a long time.
Welcome back.
President Trump last night confirmed the U.S. and Iran have exchanged fire in the Strait of Hormuz.
They trifled with us today. We blew them away. They trifled. I call that a trifle.
Central Command says it was self-defense after Iranian missiles, drones, and small boats attacked 3 American destroyers. Trump says the fragile ceasefire remains in effect, but efforts to restart peace talks appear to have stalled, with a major sticking point being Iran's nuclear material. The Washington Post reports U.S. intelligence believes Iran could outlast the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports for months, potentially giving Iran more leverage in the ongoing standoff. Meanwhile, here at home,
it's very disheartening.
More signs of the economic toll of the war, both good and bad. Good for the oil companies reaping profits off high gas prices. Shell now reporting a nearly $7 billion profit last quarter. One executive saying the volatility has created opportunities. It's not just regular gas fueling pain at the pump. Diesel prices, watched so closely by truckers and farmers, are spiking another 60 cents per gallon in parts of the Midwest because of refinery issues in the region. The impact? Higher prices across the economy, forcing consumers to cut back. Whirlpool reports demand for major appliances is down and says because of the war, it will soon need to raise prices.
This level of industry decline is similar to what we have observed during the global financial crisis and even higher than during other recessionary periods.
Kraft Heinz, which sells everything from mac and cheese to cream cheese, says consumers are literally running out of money at the end of the month. We're seeing negative cash flows in the lower income brackets where they're dipping into savings. Perry Russum, ABC News, New York.
All right, speaking of gas prices, let's take a look at them right now in the Coastal Bend.
Yeah, the average cost of regular unleaded in Corpus Christi this morning's $4.11. That's down 3 cents from yesterday.
We'll take it. Diesel is $4.95, which is down 4 cents from Thursday. The state average of regular unleaded is $4.08, which is down a penny from yesterday.
A good trend, but we're still like over $1.50 or more.
Still hurts at the pump, but we'll take any downward trends.
Yes. Keep it coming.
The hantavirus scare here in Texas.
That's right. What we're learning this morning about 2 passengers aboard an infected cruise ship who live in our state. The self-reporting they're supposed to be doing. The symptom.
Coming up on Domingo Live.
Good morning, South Texas. It's Sunday, celebrating El Día de las Madres with Música del Pasado, featuring a showcase of Mother Celebration bands. A highly anticipated event featuring live music, food vendors, and more. Don't miss K-Rob's Mother's Day celebration. Bringing direct aid to families who need it most. All about Esperanza de Texas' new resource center, created to ensure families have access to essential items, resources, and opportunities. Join us Sunday on Domingo Live at 10 a.m. Streaming live on KTLiveTV.com on our app. And streaming platforms 3 News Plus on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
This Sunday morning at 10, only on Domingo Live.
monitoring for possible symptoms of hantavirus in our state. The cruise ship passengers being tracked, the signs that they're looking out for.
Plus, taking in the nostalgia. We walk the halls with former students visiting campuses, caught up in the latest consolidations, the memories they carry.
And later on First Edition, calling all of our kindergrads. It is that time of year where we honor your little ones. Details on how you can celebrate those tiny tots. Tiny tots is right.
It always gets me.
They're so
the
cute.
Tiny tots. How cute. The alliteration is so nice, too.
I know.
They're cute kids. A lot of memories, of course. And adults, too, going back looking at all
It's
that.
for us more than it is for them.
We're really the tiny tots at heart.
Yeah.
Always children
That's what it
at
is.
heart.
Yes.
Okay, outside the door this morning, we're tracking some showers. And when we take a look at our tower camera, we see a little bit of mist. So dealing with that this morning across the coastal bend. And if you're not seeing rain, you're waking up to mostly cloudy conditions and temperatures into the 60s. Right now, we're in the upper 60s in Rockport, 72 in Port A. It's 67 in Beeville, 66 in Sinton, Robstown at 70 degrees, and Freer at 67 degrees. So a lot of us this morning, cloudy. Again, a couple of showers, some areas of drizzle, even some mist. We were tracking a lot of that here in our central counties, especially in Nueces as well as San Pat County. But the heavier rainfall is now pushing through Live Oak and Bee County, working in from the west. It's steady rain in those northern portions of the counties with some pockets of heavier rainfall. So this morning, we're looking at some showers. Not everyone is going to see rain. And then looking ahead to this afternoon, we'll start to break out some of that cloud cover. Some sunshine peeks out, but still mostly cloudy conditions and a possible shower. It'll be this evening that will start to increase our rainfall, and that's when we'll see the best chance of rain moving across the coastal bend. But at least for today, we're back into the 80s. Temperatures low and mid 80s across the board, all thanks to a southeasterly wind picking up at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll time out this afternoon's potential of rainfall hour by hour coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Kellyanne. First Edition is monitoring 2 people in Texas who were on a cruise linked to a hantavirus outbreak and have just returned back to the Lone Star State.
Okay, state officials say they'd left the ship before doctors identified that outbreak. Apparently, they have no symptoms and report no known contact with any sick passengers. An infectious disease doctor says the symptoms do develop. They usually appear within 2 to 3 weeks.
The state says the 2 Texans are self-monitoring, taking daily temperatures, and agree to report any symptoms immediately. The state is not releasing where in Texas these individuals live.
And we should note, health officials warn there is no treatment for the virus and complications can be severe. Doctors add it does not spread through casual contact, such as handshakes or being in the same room. So that's some good news. Symptoms can start off, though, like a bad flu, however, escalate quickly into a respiratory emergency. Patients may feel fever and chills along with achy muscles or headache. Some get nauseous and experience vomiting or diarrhea. Hantavirus damages the lungs and could cause fluid to build up, leading to bad coughs, trouble breathing, low blood pressure, and an irregular heartbeat as well.
All right. Earlier this school year, the CCISD Board of Trustees voted to close 7 campuses as part of the district's consolidation efforts.
Yeah, a lot of parents were not happy about that. However, several of those schools are hosting final community walks, offering one last chance for you to cruise down the halls and take in all the nostalgia.
Our Natalia Osuna stepped into some of those hallways to visit with staff, students, and community members for a trip down memory lane.
Everyone, welcome back to Haas Middle School. Come on in, come on in.
At Haas Middle School, students, parents, and teachers past and present came to walk the halls one last time before the school closes its doors for good in just a few weeks.
1, 2, and awesome.
Principal Danny Noyola Jr. shares his most special memory from his time leading the Warriors.
Inheriting a targeted improvement school and then turning it around in 1 year, where Haas campus is now a B.
He says that each person stepping through those doors for a final walkthrough has their own memories of why this place is special to them.
It's the city championships they won over the decades. It's the awards and recognitions in the band, in the choir, the academic success they've had over generations, the millions of dollars donated by the Paul R. Haas Foundation for scholarships, the friendships that people might have had just in the hallway.
Reuniting here once more years later, like Ronnie and Don from class of 1968 when Haas first opened.
I can't believe it's been so many years, but hopefully we'll see a couple of old friends while we're here. There may not be too many of us left.
I still get back here occasionally from time to time, and I always drive by
by Haas Junior High. It'll always be junior high to me.
Emotional for staff as well, like Deborah Gonzalez, who's been teaching at the school for 35 years.
Nice to see you.
Reuniting with former students of all ages.
Brooke was my student, and then Brooke became my coworker because she worked here as well. I did.
And Richard, who was here back in the 80s.
Quite a shock to come back after all these years, and you see things that are sort of familiar, but through, the lens of time, it's like, it's a little fuzzy. It just takes a few minutes for it to come back.
Noyola says he doesn't know what comes next, but is grateful to bring together the Warrior family, past and present. One last time.
Emotional, not just for them, for us, but emotionally for the entire community that we'll all remember for the rest of our lives.
Natalia Osuna, 3 News.
One CCIAC principal has been nationally recognized for her work building strong relationships inside the classroom. Dr. Cristina Barrera has been named the National Distinguished Principal for Texas, an honor awarded to just one elementary principal from each state. A little bit of background, Barrera has been in education for the past 25 years, the last 13 right here at Minger Elementary. She says this award reflects the work of her entire campus and the families who support it.
I want the parents to know that when they send their kids to our school, the teachers love them. They work hard, they push them hard, but there's also a lot of support. And really, education is so transformative. And so we can, through education, we can really change the trajectory of several students' lives.
Barrera will represent Texas in D.C. later this year, which will join principals from across the country. Huge congrats to her. How cool is that? One from the state.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Congrats. Okay, so last day of the week, let's talk because we have a lot of changes on the way. If you're getting out the door this morning, we have mostly cloudy conditions. We also have some mist and some areas of drizzle, so something to keep in mind is not heavy rainfall here in the city, but we still have some mist and some areas of drizzle with temperatures into the 70s. Most of the heavy rain right now is way up to the north, especially in Bee County, Live Oak County, in the northern portions of the county, where they even have some pockets of steadier rainfall streaming through. So that's where you'll need the umbrella this morning. As we go into the afternoon, we'll still have mostly cloudy conditions, but some peaks of sunshine are possible, along with a few isolated showers, but we're not looking at high rainfall chances for this afternoon. Later on this evening, we'll get a batch of thunderstorms developing out west that will eventually push into the coastal bend this evening. But at least for this afternoon, mostly cloudy, some peaks of sunshine, and a few passing showers. Plus, we're much warmer than yesterday. Temperatures this afternoon will reach the mid-80s, all thanks to a southeasterly wind picking up at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Not looking like intense feels like temperatures this afternoon, but some of our feels like temperatures could feel a lot more like the low 90s in some spots. So today, we're talking a 30% coverage of rainfall. That's going to be for the evening. Tomorrow, a 20% coverage of rain. Then for Mother's Day on Sunday, we're nice and dry, and then continuing into Monday afternoon as well. Do want to get you a look at the latest drought monitor. This is a look at last week, and we're really going to focus on our northern counties where they are in an extreme drought, but now they're back down to a severe drought rather than an extreme drought. So improvements are being made, but we still need a lot of rainfall. We'll talk about tonight's rainfall chances coming up in a few minutes.
Kellyanne, thank you. Planning for this weekend just got so much easier.
Yes, it did. Your tried and true list of all the events you can attend. Your weekend guide just around the corner.
Good morning, everybody. Mother Nature held off just long enough last night to allow us to get a full slate of games in. We got plenty to get to, so let's jump right in. Veterans Memorial Baseball hosting PSJA North, game one of their 5A Division I series. Here, top one, the Raiders with runners at the corners and pulling off a double steal here. Going to swipe second, then swipe home. The Raiders going up 1-0. But Vets didn't wait long to respond here in the bottom half of the inning. Jordan Garza, it's going to be a fielder's choice, but good to tie the game at 1-1. Then later in the first, Trey Hernandez this time. He's going to deliver a base knock. The single to right center is going to give Vets its first lead at 2-1. Now, this was a great game throughout, but the Eagles escape a bases-loaded jam in the seventh as Vets wins 5-4. That series will head to the Valley later on tonight. In 5A Division II, the Ray Texans in the Valley opening up against the Sherryland Rattlers, a defensive pitcher's duel in the first couple of innings. O.J. Ruiz going to get the strikeout. Then later, Ruiz again, another punch out. This one was scoreless through 4, but in the fifth, Sherryland breaking through. Luis Balderas here getting the base hit. 1 run's going to score, 2 runs going to score. Sherryland goes up 2-0 on the Texans. Then later, it's Nick Valdez here. This one's going to make it 3-0. Now, Ray does come back to make a game of it, but it's not enough in the 3-2 defeat. Game 2 set for tomorrow night back at Cabinets. In 4A D2, the 13th ranked Sinton Pirates had to move to a home-and-home series with Zapata, at least first 2 games. Here's 4-1 Sinton. Pirates, Dylan Arriaga on the mound, getting the strikeout, swinging. And Arriaga again, the strikeout, swinging. He was solid for Adrian Alaniz last night. Then Sinton's Augie Castillo going to deliver the RBI hit. The Pirates win 5-2. That series heads to Zapata for Game 2 later on tonight. If needed, Game 3 would be in San Diego Saturday afternoon. All right, how about a big 3A Division I series between 13th ranked Valfurious and Bishop. Bishop already up 3-2 when Brady Andrade with the RBI hit. That's going to make it 4-2 Badgers. Now, Aiden Alaniz on the mound for Bishop, getting the strikeout on the corner there. But later in the inning, watch, this one's going to be a grounder back to the mound and probably should have ended the inning, except it's going to be thrown away. So foul on the board on the error, cuts it to a 4-3 game. Now, the Jerseys trying to come back in the seventh, but Brandon Pena here getting the strikeout. Bishop takes a great game, 4-3, as that series resumes tomorrow back there in Weslaco. How about second-ranked London? They were in a doubleheader at Whataburger Field against Raymondville. Here, watch this. Aiden Salinas here in the second, going to lay out with a great catch there, robbing a hit. And then the Pirates getting it going offensively, already up 1-0 when Zach Tyrone going to hit one to left. Now, you haven't played Whataburger Field much, like Raymondville hasn't. That wind out to left is tough to deal with. The ball's misplayed. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs going to score as London goes up 3-0. Then later in the inning, it's J.J. Villegas here who's going to go opposite field with the base hit. Made it 4-0. All London in this one. 9-0. Same in game 2. 8-0. So the Pirates completing 2 shutouts to advance to the region semifinal. How about London softball? They were just across the bridge up at GP, opening up against Goliad, game 1 of that region semifinal series. Here, though, the Pirates down, but getting a nice double play there to get out of the jam. 5-4 on that putout. Then the Pirates again getting it done defensively. Here, the little dribbler. Watch the fake out, throw to first, not going to throw to third, and Getter coming home keeps it a 1-run ball game. The Pirates fired up, rightfully so, but the night would belong to Goliad. Here, the Tigerettes, the RBI hit up the middle. London falls 6-1. The Pirates needing a win tonight back there in Portland to try and keep their season alive. How about 3A Division II, second-ranked Santa Gertrudis Academy facing Poth. Game 1 up in Sinton, and SGA already up 7-0 in the first, and this one's going to add 2 more all Lions. They scored 9 runs in the first. That was plenty for them. They win 13-0 in 5, so they will look to sweep those Pirates in Sinton, just not the Sinton Pirates, but later on tonight at 5 o'clock. And, of course, that's weather pending as well. Now, a couple of other scores of note. Calallen baseball, they fell behind Needville early 3-0. The Cats do rally to win that game 10-5 in Victoria. Going to have highlights of that one for you later tonight. Again, weather pending for Game 2. And also, Veterans Memorial facing a elimination. They beat 8th-ranked Leander 3-1, so they force a Game 3 winner-take-all in Yoakum tomorrow afternoon. Well, that'll do it for me. I'll see you back here at 6 o'clock with tonight's rundown of games. Have a great Friday, everybody.
Thank you, Chris. First Edition is calling on all kindergartens. It's that time of year. I just can't believe it.
I know.
Yeah, we want to celebrate your little ones right here on First Edition.
Parents, let us know if your child is set to walk the stage. Be sure to send us their name, school, favorite subject, what makes them special, and of course, a nice picture to go along with it.
Yep, text everything on all of that is, to the number on your screen, 361-855-6397. 3-star students over officially for this year, so you have to wait till next fall in order to submit those pictures, but we want the kindergartens super cute.
Yeah.
They're like mini adults. They're wearing the whole cap and gown and stuff.
It's just a huge foreshadowing when you see them in their little, like, what's to come, beautiful
Yeah.
features.
I think also, too, like, one of my favorite things about the young kids is just what they want to be when they grow up. And you're like, oh, okay, like, the things that you wouldn't even think about, it's just like, wow, like, these kids are just so ambitious, so...
When we had that tour the other day, we were asking them, of course, there were a couple meteorologists in the group, aspiring meteorologists, but there were some doctors, too.
Wow.
They're like, we want to make money.
Do you remember? No, do you remember the overnight veterinarian?
Yeah.
They're very specific.
So specific.
And John Thomas said, "Why that
How did
shift?"
you
And she
arrive
said,
at that?
"That's where the money is."
That's where the money is. They're not.
We support you.
Hey, if that person is listening right now, also
Good morning.
keep in mind you want to prioritize your sleep too. But someone's got to
Yes.
do it. Someone has to help all the animals, especially when things happen overnight. So thank you all for sharing what your ambitions are as you get older. Okay, let's talk about your forecast. We have a couple of changes over Mother's Day weekend. Today, we're going to have some rain and thunderstorms, mainly during the evening hours. And on Saturday, we'll start off with some showers. Eventually, that rain will clear. And then on Mother's Day, we're sunny, we're hot, high temperatures in the 90s. And then we have some things that we're going to be watching late Sunday into early Monday. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But let's start you off with satellite and radar because we have some showers and thunderstorms developing south of us. And it's all thanks to this big trough that's continuing to push and dig into parts of Mexico. That will eventually fire up more rainfall later on in the day. But at least for now, we're looking at relatively dry and cloudy conditions across much of the area. Some areas of even mist or drizzle, especially here in our central counties. But up north, it's really from George West to north of Beeville in northern Bee County and Livo County that we have a stream of rain moving in from west to east, producing some pockets of heavier rainfall. So not everyone this morning will see rain, including heavy rain, but we could see some mist, areas of drizzle this afternoon. The clouds begin to break apart. Then it's this evening that will start to track the better potential of rainfall. Today, this evening, up to about a 30% coverage of rain and even some thunderstorms. At least for today, high temperatures almost back to average in the middle 80s. It's going to be warm. Then this evening after 5 o'clock, we'll get some showers and thunderstorms developing west. We'll push into our western locations around 6:30 and 7, gradually working across the coastal bend through the late night hours. That first batch of rainfall should be off the coast by midnight tonight. We may still have a couple of lingering showers late tonight, though, into early tomorrow morning. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted much of the coastal bend as well as South Texas underneath an isolated severe weather risk. And if anything does turn severe, it would likely be due to wind and hail. But that better potential will be back towards our west. As we go into Saturday, again, starting off with some isolated showers, mostly cloudy conditions. We'll see a little bit more sunshine in the afternoon and clear conditions in the evening. Then looking ahead to Mother's Day, the afternoon will be mostly sunny and hot. Then Sunday night into Monday morning, we'll have this weak front slide into the coastal bend, dropping high temperatures back into the 80s next week. We could even see a couple of showers from this front move through early Monday morning. But by Monday afternoon, the activity clears out. High temperatures reach the upper 80s, and we continue the middle and upper 80s for the rest of the work week.
Thank you, Kellyanne. Okay, ghost helmet vandalism.
Yeah, in the next hour in First Edition, who is behind removing these memorials? The safety message someone clearly does not want spread. Oh, thank goodness Friday's here.
Say that again.
Oh, thank goodness Friday's here.
Oh, we can't wait to sleep. Just kidding. We have so many things going on.
There's a lot going on with our weekend, guys. Let's get to it. You can head on out for the last weekend of Buck Days. That's right, the carnival portion, 12 to 9 over at Hilliard Center. Of course, you can enjoy those rides, games, food, live entertainment, and a whole lot of fun for the family all day long.
It's Ladies' Night tonight, so the fun begins from 7 to 9 over at the Explore Play Cafe in Portland. Enjoy flower painting, lavender lemonade, snacks, and a relaxing night of crafting with your girls.
Sign me up. Okay, this one's for
Girls,
the
John
moms.
Thomas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I like to do what the girls are. Okay, so this one's for the moms on Sunday from 1 to 3:30. Yes, my wife watches the show. You can head on out to the Garcia Center for a relaxing, much-needed Mother's Day spa. There's so much going on. If you get out your phone right now, you can scan that QR code and have a good time, a relaxing time with your gals.
Yeah, sounds like a good time. For any more information, plus a lot more happening this May, text WEEKEND to the number on your screen. Okay, I was being lazy, and I don't want to come off as lazy. It's the weather. It's just like makes you like a little
gloomy.
cloud.
Okay. Wednesday, when I walked outside, it was like misting, it was cloudy, and I was like, you know what? It's a good nap day. And
reading day.
if you know me, I don't take naps during the weekdays.
It took over you. It was like,
really did. I was like,
Kellyanne.
you know what? And this may happen again today.
Yeah, it's feeling nappy outside.
It is. Okay, getting you out the door this morning. A few isolated showers possible this morning, especially up to our north right now. Some misty conditions otherwise and mostly cloudy. A few more isolated showers this afternoon, otherwise partly cloudy or partly sunny conditions to mostly cloudy conditions. This evening is when we'll have our bulk of the rainfall move in, so keep that in mind if you have any night plans. Of course, we'll go hour by hour with that coming up in the next hour.
We can't wait. 3 more hours where that came from. So if you're having fun, don't go anywhere. We've got a live interview where to take your mothers this Sunday. Plus, we're going to check into some of the Buck Days lore.
Are you ready?
Myth busting,
Yeah,
mutton busting, myth busting. We're going to do it all here on First Edition.
A combo myth and mutton busting.
Hello, it's me, your girl. Thank you.
Chat?
Yeah.
Meaning like you're getting ready.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Serving up a headache. The Coastal Bend restaurant having to eat fines over offering chairs to waiting customers. The legal battle playing out in district court.
Plus, a symbol meant to prevent future motorcycle accidents trashed. The ghost helmets removed from memorials around town. Victims' families with a strong message for these vandals.
And closing out Hurricane Preparedness Week, the lessons we've learned so far, big takeaways as we prepare for future natural disasters.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lexis Green.
I'm John Thomas Cobos. It is 6 o'clock on this Friday, May 8th. The meteorologist Kellyanne Class keeping track of conditions outside. I'm really interested to see what's going on tonight in the weather department. I'm assuming that's what you're paying attention
We
to.
could have some showers and thunderstorms, so something to keep in mind as you make your evening plans tonight. Right now, we're tracking some showers, but not necessarily heavy rainfall. Most of that is down south, even moving into parts of Brownsville. Here locally, we just have a line of rainfall moving into Live Oak County and B County, producing some pockets of steadier rainfall, but no thunderstorms. We're not looking at any severe weather at this point. For the rest of the Coastal Bend, it's mostly cloudy with some areas of drizzle this morning, as well as some mist. So most of that heavier rainfall up north, areas of drizzle this morning. This afternoon, we'll have a mostly cloudy to partly sunny conditions. So some peaks of sunshine, isolated showers possible. It'll be this evening that we'll watch the radar for more rainfall to move in from the west. Let's get you started with a look at our temperatures. We're almost at 70 degrees in Rockport. It's 66 in Beeville, 68 in Freer, 68 degrees in Benavides. It's 70 degrees at the moment in Robstown, and at NAS Corpus Christi, you are our warmest location at 73 degrees. This afternoon, going to be a lot warmer than yesterday, all thanks to a change in our wind direction. Yesterday, we had more of a northerly component, and now we have a southerly component, which is going to warm us up into the low and mid 80s, even some of us feeling like the low 90s. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll talk a little bit more about tonight's rainfall and what we can expect for Mother's Day weekend.
Thank you, Kellyanne. First Edition is tracking a food fight. It has got to do with the Port Aransas restaurant and code enforcement.
Yeah, the business is offering chairs outside an oyster bar, offering a place for diners just to wait to eat, and things have gotten legal.
Our Michael Gibson shows us the fines racking up and why the city is targeting him.
KC's Oyster Shack in Port Aransas usually has customers lined up outside waiting just to get in. Most people put their names on this sign-up sheet near the front door because inside there are only 14 seats and customers are limited to about an hour at the counter. Business is booming, but owner Chad Gorsica says a few chairs outside for waiting customers have landed him in trouble with the city.
The city's been fining me for having these chairs outside for people just to, for waiting purposes, and they've been wanting me to remove them. And I just don't think it's right that I have to have people sitting on the floor when they're just chairs for people to sit outside, and wait to get into the restaurant.
That's good. That's very good.
Gorsica tells 3 News that Port Aransas limits restaurants to 4 seats for every parking space they have. He believes the city counts his business as having only 4 parking spaces, allowing 16 total seats. He says the 4 waiting chairs outside pushed him over that limit.
I was at another restaurant last night, and there was 40 people sitting outside in the parking lot with, margaritas in their hands, and they're sitting on the benches outside, but they don't have the parking for that. But and I don't think they get harassed for that. I feel like I'm being targeted.
So what does the city of Port Aransas have to say about all of this? Well, I contacted Mayor Wendy Moore, and she said, unfortunately, since this case is in litigation, there's no one from the city who can speak about it at this time.
What started out as city tickets is now turned into a civil lawsuit filed by Port Aransas against the Oyster Bar owner. Gorsica has now hired attorney Chris Gale to fight the case in district court.
We've been waiting for our trial date in regards to the tickets for a long time, and we're still waiting. And then suddenly we get this, and so my client's being sued civilly for having a couple of chairs and parking spaces. So, we look forward to it. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to defend it.
So a fight over a handful of chairs outside a tiny oyster bar has now turned into a courtroom showdown with City Hall. No trial date has yet been set. From Port Aransas, Michael Gibson, 3 News.
The port wants the Coastal Bend community to better understand their environmental priorities as they work on future projects expanding operations. Port leaders say new guidelines are a reflection of their continued commitment to environmental stewardship. Tonight at 10, our 3 News team will take a deeper look at some of those discussions, including what port officials say these changes could mean for future development in our area.
Members of the boating community are asking the city to reconsider water limits tied to the drought contingency plan. Brad Kaler, the owner of Market 37, says boats have to be rinsed off after they're used. If that's not done, the consequence can be costly. Corpus Christi is considered one of the top fishing destinations in our state. Mayor Paulette Guajardo and City Council say they are working to balance conservation with the needs of local boaters and anglers. Another boating community meeting is scheduled for later this month. We'll be sure to keep you posted on that.
The Ghost Helmet Project is facing yet another roadblock as they aim to spread awareness for Motorcycle Safety Month. The family of Austin Gonzalez, who started this initiative in honor of their son, woke up to a call that his helmet and memorial had been removed from its spot on Rossiter and Ocean Drive for the 2nd year in a row now. That's where Gonzalez was killed in a motorcycle crash in January of 2023. We were there when his parents searched for this helmet, ultimately retrieving it from a dumpster nearby. While it's not known why it was thrown away, the family has a strong message for those vandalizing these memorials.
If there's a helmet in your area, if you don't like it for whatever reason, reach out to us. We'll have it moved. There's no need to throw it away. There's no need to desecrate someone else that put some time and effort into it. We'll move it to a different location if that needs to be the case.
Earlier this week, 2 other ghost helmets were taken from memorial sites. Organizers ask if you are concerned with the helmet's location, just contact them first. We've got the information on our website at KIIITV.com.
There's no better way to understand a hurricane than heading into the eye of the storm. Hurricane hunters have that dangerous mission every season and throughout the year, too. Chief Meteorologist Carly Smith had a chance to sit down with Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Rickert. He's a member of the U.S. Air Force who flies directly into these powerful natural events to help understand its path and danger to those below. You can head on over to our website at KIITV.com or 3 News Plus on your smart TV to see that complete interview and gain unique insight into hurricane hunting. Yes. So with that, First Edition wants to make sure you're weather aware for hurricane season. Yeah, we're in day 5 of Hurricane Preparedness Week with the theme, use caution after storms.
Yeah, so if you evacuate for the storm, only return home when it's safe. That's when officials will say it's safe. Even after the weather clears, danger can still linger. So check your surroundings and be careful around damaged buildings, down power lines, and even possible gas leaks. If you're cleaning up, take breaks, stay hydrated, and try to work during cooler hours. If you're using a generator, never run it inside your home or garage. Keep it more than 20 feet away. That's because carbon monoxide poisoning can happen inside your home and in your garage. It's one of the biggest dangers after the storm. You can't smell it, you can't see it. Keep in mind that emergency crews may be overwhelmed, so help could take hours or even days to arrive. For more information on Hurricane Preparedness Week, go to NOAA.gov/hurricane-prep. You could also go to KIIITV.com, download our app, set up those alerts, and then May 30th, 6:30, that's when you can find our hurricane special.
I like it. I'll be tuning in for that for sure. Okay, I mentioned the year-round hurricane hunters going out because you mentioned that last, and I didn't even really think, like, I guess you don't think of it like that because it's not hurricane season outside of.
Yeah, especially when there's dangers along the West Coast for atmospheric rivers, mudslides, things like that, especially in California, the Pacific Northwest. They are surveying the storms as well. Usually that happens during the winter time rather than.
I was gonna say it makes sense because that Pacific flow you're talking about, how the water temperatures change and the flow up and then down, and what that means for typhoons and other different issues.
And another interesting thing is all the data that they collect on the aircraft as well as through the drop zones, that goes directly into our models, which will help to get a better idea of what is going to happen with this storm.
And if I can make an educated guess, also helps to understand El Nino and El Nino years and when those are coming around or how those are affected?
That's more based on sea surface temperature.
Okay,
Yeah, that's more based on sea surface temperature. So with the drop zone and the hurricane hunters, it's getting an idea of what the conditions are like through a column of air, through hurricanes, as well as atmospheric rivers. It collects things like temperature, moisture, dew points, things like that to put into the models. Then those models take those equations and then render them out. So it's a lot of scientific stuff. They do great work. Happy to say we're not tracking anything in the tropics. Things can still happen in May, but we're not looking at anything there. We are tracking some rainfall across South Texas, especially from San Antonio down to Brownsville. And it's all thanks to an upper level low that's beginning to track towards South Texas, which will help to increase our rainfall. Right now, most of us seeing mostly cloudy conditions, areas of mist, some drizzle. Then as we look up north, especially in northern Bee County, northern Live Oak County, we have some rainfall producing some pockets of steadier rain. So that's why we have a small chance of rain this morning, this afternoon. Mostly cloudy with some peaks of sunshine. It'll be this evening after 5 o'clock that will start to track some rain and some thunderstorms. So if you're heading out for a round of golf this afternoon, it's not looking stormy. It'll be cloudy with some peaks of sun. It's also going to be hot with our winds picking up out of the east-southeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So nothing quite significant, but it is going to be hot. So have that water. Then this evening we'll track the rain. We'll talk much more about that coming up in a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you. The ultimate in Mother's Day gifts, a shopping spree.
Where you can take in music, community, and all things mom. A live interview with the organizer behind this weekend's event.
Huh? No, it's the prompter. One, two, three, four.
In this morning's GMA First Look, counting down to Monday's American Idol finale with the legends who made the show a phenomenon.
I learned so much on the show that set me up for everything that would follow.
The opportunity is what makes it work. You know, you can't lose here.
From the winners,
I don't know how many seconds it took, but in those few seconds, my life was never the same.
It's definitely one of the greatest springboards that you could ever have.
To the judges.
When they walk in that first audition, it tells me everything.
There's nothing I love more than being around talent.
We're celebrating 24 years of amazing Idol moments.
It brought the power into the hands of the viewers.
And coming up at 7 a.m., an Idol original, Ryan Seacrest, is your guide on this epic look back before he says those famous words Monday night.
The winner of American Idol is...
With your GMA First Look, I'm Sophie Flight, ABC News, New York.
With my son's food allergies, he needs epinephrine he won't hesitate to carry and use. Something that works as well as a needle injector, isn't bulky, and he can easily take to school or out with friends, giving us both peace of mind. So we booked a hassle-free virtual visit with a prescriber and said, "Hello, Neffy, the only needle-free epinephrine nasal spray for emergency treatment of allergic reactions."
Use it for signs of allergic reaction. Ask your doctor how to use Neffy. If you have medical conditions or take certain medicines, your condition may worsen. Tell your doctor about nasal, heart, thyroid, or kidney issues, high blood pressure, Parkinson's, diabetes, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, and all medications. Side effects include nasal discomfort, headache, runny nose, shakiness, and throat irritation. These are not all side effects.
Now with Neffy, my son is prepared and won't hesitate to treat his allergic reactions.
Book a hassle-free virtual visit at getneffy.com today and pay as little as $0 for at least 4 Neffy devices.
Good morning, Coastal Bend. It is 6:15 on the clock. This is your fair reminder that Mother's Day is this Sunday. This weekend, head on over to downtown to celebrate Mom during the Lush Mother's Day Market. Carlos Elizondo, organizer of this event, joins us live. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good. You're doing great.
We are so excited when we heard about this event. We love honoring moms here on First Edition. Dads too, don't worry. But what kind of, how did Lush Moms Market come about?
So I was lucky enough to be raised by a single, independent, strong woman, and she really gave me the motivation to just push, and so she's definitely my motivation for this, and also just bringing the community together to celebrate their own moms, just like I wanted to.
Definitely, and then there's this market specifically, you have a big touch of R&B music. Tell us about that.
That's right. So Lush is a R&B driven event brand that I created, and it's based on that. And bringing the community together through R&B music is something that I personally really enjoy and love.
Tell us where this event is going to be and what can they expect if they head out this Mother's Day.
Yeah, so this is going to be at Bus, Bar Under the Sun downtown, May 10th, Sunday. It's going to be from 12 to 4 p.m. You can enjoy a lot of different things at the Lush Market. We're going to have 15 plus vendors out there, from coffee to handmade crafts. We also have a paint and pot activity that we're going to be doing, and that is going to be free for the first 20 people that come. That starts at 1 p.m. And then also we are going to have a Give Her Her Flowers exhibit. We're really excited about that, and it's just something that you can come and write a love note to your mom and pair it with a beautiful flower. So
I
really
love
excited.
that. That's okay. That sounds like everything that a mom could want in one place. But I hear that you want to keep this going. This isn't just a one-time deal.
That's right. Yeah. So this is the beginning of a market series that we're doing at Bus, same location, second Sunday of every month, all the way through August. So it's the first of 4, and we're really excited to kick it off.
Do you have a last message for all the moms out there watching?
Happy Mother's Day. We all love you and appreciate you for everything that you do.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have all of that information on our website on at KTVI.com. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you.
To you, Kellyanne.
Yes, go and support your moms. Get her some flowers. Go out to Bus. It's going to be a great event. And go out early because it's going to be hot Sunday afternoon. We'll talk about your forecast. Let's get you started with a look outside at our satellite and radar. We're waking up to some rainfall this morning, especially around San Antonio and well into South Texas. It's all thanks to this trough that's digging into parts of the Baja Peninsula, parts of Mexico. This will eventually bring in some rain and some thunderstorms to our forecast this evening, at least for this morning and this afternoon. We're looking at just a few isolated showers, mostly cloudy conditions to start, some areas of drizzle. And then as we go into the afternoon, some of that cloud cover will begin to break. We'll see some peaks of sun. And then this evening after 5 o'clock is when we'll watch our radar for some showers and thunderstorms to develop. Right now, if we're seeing any rain, it's mostly up north, especially in northern Live Oak County as well as northern Bee County. It's steadier rainfall, pockets of moderate downpours, but we're not looking at any heavy rain this morning to really impact that morning commute. Everyone else either dealing with mostly cloudy conditions or some mist, as well as some areas of drizzle. Again, as we go into the afternoon, we'll get some breaks in the clouds. An isolated shower or two is possible, but it's this evening after 5 o'clock that we'll get some rainfall developing in our western locations, showers, even some thunderstorms. As it continues to push west, pushes east, it begins to weaken just slightly, but looks like we may still see some heavier downpours around 9, 10 o'clock. And then right before midnight, most of that pushes offshore. We may see a couple of lingering showers behind that, but overall, I think the bulk of the rainfall will exit right before midnight. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted us under an isolated severe weather risk for this evening. For anything that turns severe would be wind and hail as the biggest concern, and areas west of the city as a threat of isolated to localized flooding underneath some of those heavier downpours. So something to keep in mind if you're heading west later on in the day or even evening. So just to recap, this afternoon we'll have mostly cloudy conditions, a few showers possible. It'll be this evening that the rain and thunderstorms arrive, with all of that clearing out overnight tonight. Then tomorrow morning, we'll start off with isolated showers, mostly cloudy conditions. That will quickly lift as we go into the afternoon, leading to mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions. Then on Sunday, we get hot. High temperatures return to the 90s. We'll have mostly sunny conditions. And then looking ahead to Sunday night into Monday, early in the morning, there's a weak front that begins to move into the coastal bend, and this should bring in slightly cooler air on Monday, dropping highs from the 90s on Sunday to the upper 80s on Monday, and maybe even a couple of early morning showers on Monday. But at least for Mother's Day weekend, we'll start off with some showers on Saturday. Saturday afternoon, we'll get some clearing. And then on Sunday, it's going to be hot, high temperatures in the 90s with mostly sunny conditions. Again, that front arrives late Sunday, early Monday, bringing us a few early morning showers, clearing out by Monday afternoon. High temperatures into the upper 80s and middle 80s for the rest of next week.
Thank you. Ongoing conflict with Iran, good for oil companies.
The hatred growing over incredibly high gas prices. We're going to look to see if there's any solution to this war, where prices stand at the pump this morning.
Got something you think we should know? If you see news happening, tell 3.
Good morning, Coastal Bend. Welcome back to First Edition. The clash between the U.S. and Iran continues this morning as record oil company profits and prices at the pump continue to rise.
Yeah, ABC's Perry Russum explains how this comes amid new tensions in the Strait of Hormuz and no apparent end in sight to this war.
President Trump last night confirmed the U.S. and Iran have exchanged fire in the Strait of Hormuz.
They trifled with us today. We blew them away. They trifled. I call that a trifle.
Central Command says it was self-defense after Iranian missiles, drones, and small boats attacked 3 American destroyers. Trump says the fragile ceasefire remains in effect, but efforts to restart peace talks appear to have stalled, with a major sticking point being Iran's nuclear material. The Washington Post reports U.S. intelligence believes Iran could outlast the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports for months, potentially giving Iran more leverage in the ongoing standoff. Meanwhile, here at home,
it's very disheartening.
More signs of the economic toll of the war, both good and bad. Good for the oil companies reaping profits off high gas prices. Shell now reporting a nearly $7 billion profit last quarter. One executive saying the volatility has created opportunities. It's not just regular gas fueling pain at the pump. Diesel prices, watched so closely by truckers and farmers, are spiking another 60 cents per gallon in parts of the Midwest because of refinery issues in the region. The impact? Higher prices across the economy, forcing consumers to cut back. Whirlpool reports demand for major appliances is down and says because of the war, it will soon need to raise prices.
This level of industry decline is similar to what we have observed during the global financial crisis and even higher than during other recessionary periods.
Kraft Heinz, which sells everything from mac and cheese to cream cheese, says consumers are literally running out of money at the end of the month. We're seeing negative cash flows in the lower income brackets where they're dipping into savings. Perry Russum, ABC News, New York.
Okay, here's a look at our gas prices headed into the weekend here in the Coastal Bend.
The average cost of regular unleaded in Corpus Christi this morning is $4.11, which is down 3 cents from yesterday.
Diesel, $4.95 this morning, down 4 cents from yesterday. All positive trends. Let's see if the state average can keep up with that. Regular unleaded, it's $4.08, down a penny from yesterday.
We will take it. Switching gears to the hantavirus scare coming to Texas.
Yeah, reading this morning kind of threw me for a loop. What we're learning this morning about 2 passengers on board an infected cruise ship who live in our state, the self-reporting they're supposed to be doing, the symptoms they are tracking.
Coming up on Domingo Live.
Good morning, South Texas. It's Sunday, celebrating El Día de las Madres with Música del Pasado, featuring a showcase of Mother's Celebration bands. A highly anticipated event featuring live music, food vendors, and more. Don't miss K-Rob's Mother's Day celebration. Bringing direct aid to families who need it most. All about Esperanza de Texas' new resource center, created to ensure families have access to essential items, resources, and opportunities. Join us Sunday on Domingo Live at 10 a.m. Streaming live on KTRLiveTV.com on our app. And streaming platforms 3 News Plus on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
This Sunday morning at 10, only on Domingo Live.
monitoring for possible symptoms of hantavirus in our state. The cruise ship passengers being tracked, the signs they are looking out for.
Plus, taking in the nostalgia, we're going to walk the halls with former students visiting campuses caught up in the latest consolidations, the memories they carry with them.
And calling on all kindergartens, it's that time of year where we honor your little ones. Details on how you can celebrate those little creatures. That's right, it's going to be
Those little creatures.
Those little stinkers. I tell you,
I was not expecting that one.
Well, you know, I think that
We went from like a doting tiny tot
to creature.
to creatures. If you got a little one, you know how it is.
You know, it depends on the hour, and I'm going to assume 6:30 is creature hours.
My granddaughter's almost a teen. I still call her little
Little
stinker.
creature, little
That's what she
stinky.
is to me, yeah.
We love him. We can't wait to celebrate this part of the
It's
year.
fun. It's always a good time, and parents cry too. Not that we're celebrating that, but you know, it's
It is Friday, kids. It's
Happy
almost a
tears.
weekend, and Kellyanne's got your forecast.
Yes. Okay, let's look outside this morning from our tower camera. Mostly cloudy. A little bit of some mist drizzle going on. Nothing quite heavy in the rain department here in Nueces County and really much of the coastal bend. But we're really seeing most of that rainfall up to our north at the moment. We're also feeling very comfortable. We're at 66 degrees in Sinton. It's 67 in Beeville, almost 70 degrees in Alice as well as Kingsville. And it is 70 degrees in Robstown. So again, mostly cloudy conditions this morning. There are a couple of showers working through Jim Hogg County, working over to Brooks County and Kennedy County at the moment, but most of that rainfall that we've been talking about all morning is up to the north, especially in northern Bee County, northern Live Oak County, producing some pockets of steadier rainfall. Nothing quite heavy. We're not talking severe, anything like that, but just some rain this morning north and south of the city. That's why we have a 20% coverage this morning. Then looking ahead to the afternoon, we'll have mostly cloudy conditions, some peaks of sunshine, a few isolated showers possible. It'll be this evening after 5 o'clock that we'll start to track another round of rainfall moving in. We'll talk much more about that timing coming up in just a few minutes.
We appreciate you so much, Kellyanne.
Okay, First Edition is monitoring 2 people in our state who were on a cruise ship linked to that hantavirus outbreak you've been seeing in the national news and have just returned to the Lone Star State.
That's right, John Thomas. And state officials say that they left the ship before doctors identified this outbreak. Well, apparently they have no symptoms and report no known contact with any of the sick passengers. All infectious disease doctors say that if symptoms do develop, they usually appear within 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, the state says the 2 Texans are self-monitoring, taking daily temperatures, and agreed to report any symptoms immediately. The state is not releasing where in Texas these individuals live.
We should also note that health officials warn there's no treatment for the virus and complications can be severe. Doctors add it does not spread through casual contact such as handshakes or being in the same room. Symptoms can start off like a bad fever, however, escalate quickly into a respiratory emergency. Parents may feel fever and chills along with achy muscles or headaches. Some get nauseous and experience vomiting or diarrhea. Hantavirus damages the lungs and causes fluid to build up, leading to bad coughs, trouble breathing, low blood pressure, and an irregular heartbeat, as well as signs of a problem.
Earlier this school year, the CCISD Board of Trustees voted to close 7 campuses as part of the district's consolidation efforts.
Several of those schools are hosting their final community walkthroughs, offering one last chance to cruise the halls and take in all of the nostalgia.
And with that, our Natalia Suna stepped into some of those hallways to visit with staff and students and other community members for a trip down memory lane.
Everyone, welcome back to Haas Middle School. Come on in, come on in.
At Haas Middle School, students, parents, and teachers past and present came to walk the halls one last time before the school closes its doors for good in just a few weeks.
1, 2, and awesome.
Principal Danny Noyola Jr. shares his most special memory from his time leading the Warriors.
Inheriting a targeted improvement school and then turning it around in 1 year, our Haas campus is now a B.
He says that each person stepping through those doors for a final walkthrough has their own memories of why this place is special to them.
It's the city championships they won over the decades. It's the awards and recognitions in the band, in the choir, the academic success they've had over generations, the millions of dollars donated by the Paul R. Haas Foundation for scholarships, the friendships that people might have had just in the hallway.
Reuniting here once more years later, like Ronnie and Don from class of 1968 when Haas first opened.
I can't believe it's been so many years, but hopefully we'll see a couple of old friends while we're here. There may not be too many of us left.
I still get back here occasionally from time to time, and I always drive by Haas Junior High. It'll always be junior high to me.
Emotional for staff as well, like Deborah Gonzalez, who's been teaching at the school for 35 years.
Nice to see you.
Reuniting with former students of all ages.
Brooke was my student, and then Brooke became my coworker because she worked here as well. I did.
And Richard, who was here back in the 80s.
Quite a shock to come back after all these years, and you see things that are sort of familiar, but through, the lens of time, it's like, it's a little fuzzy. It just takes a few minutes for it to come back.
Noyola says he doesn't know what comes next, but is grateful to bring together the Warrior family, past and present. One last time.
Emotional, not just for them, for us, but emotionally for the entire community that we'll all remember for the rest of our lives.
Natalia Osuna, 3 News.
One CCISD principal has been nationally recognized for her work building stronger relationships in the classroom. Dr. Cristina Beretta. Yeah, that name's not familiar because we mentioned her yesterday. She's been named the National Distinguished Principal for Texas, an honor awarded to just one elementary principal from each state. Some background on her. Beretta has been in education for the past 25 years, 13 of that with Menger. That's right, Menger Elementary. She says this award reflects the work her entire campus and families do to support the school and its students.
I want the parents to know that when they send their kids to our school, the teachers love them. They work hard, they push them hard, but there's also a lot of support. And really, education is so transformative. And so we can, through education, we can really change the trajectory of several students' lives.
Beretta will represent Texas in D.C. later this year, where she'll join other principals from every other state across the country. Congrats to her. Go out and network, make some friends.
Huge congrats to her. We have another big honor for one South Texas educator during Teacher Appreciation Week. That's right. Still Friday, you got time. Michael Morales, Ricardo ISD's 8th grade math and algebra teacher, was surprised with Whataburger's What a Teacher Award. It's an honor only given to 60 teachers across 17 states. Students and staff packed the gym as Morales was recognized for his years of dedication. The award comes with a $1,000 check in recognition for his 30 years in education. He plans to use the award to buy new calculators and give back to his students. Congratulations, Mr. Morales.
He looks happy there, too.
What a cool award. What a cool award.
What an honor with the what a weather.
What a weather. Ooh, I see a
Get the
sponsorship.
color. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Whataburger, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Color us the weather, Whataburger. Okay, here's a look at Esther's drawing showing a baseball field and some rain. No lightning, so that's good. But yes, some rain. And we could have some rain in our forecast today. Now, if you are heading out to Buck Days this afternoon and evening, well, at least for this afternoon, we should stay relatively dry, 1 or 2 isolated showers, mostly cloudy, warm. Temperatures today reach the mid-80s. It'll be this evening that we will track rain and even some thunderstorms. Right now, as you step out the door, much of our central counties are dry. We are tracking just a couple of showers right now, working through Jim Hogg County, working over towards Brooke County with the stronger storms just south of Jim Hogg County. And then up north in Bee County and Live Oak County, some steadier rainfall in the northern portions of those counties, not producing any sort of heavy rain, but just some steady rain. As we go throughout the morning, we'll have some drizzles, some mist, mostly cloudy conditions, and some rain. This afternoon, we'll start to lift some of that cloud cover, getting some peaks of sunshine, but still mostly cloudy conditions and a few isolated showers. And then this evening, we'll track some rainfall moving in from the west and across parts of the coastal bend. Before we get to all of that, it's going to be a hot day ahead. Temperatures today reach the middle 80s, all thanks to a wind out of the southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Last week's drought monitor showed our northern locations in extreme drought. This week's drought monitor now showing better improvements, but still some extreme and exceptional drought for parts of the coastal bend. We'll talk about rain impacting our forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Kellyanne. First Edition, we are calling on all of our kindergartens. We want to celebrate your little graduates right here on First Edition.
Oh, it is that time of year. Parents, let us know if your child is set to walk the stage. Send us their name, school, favorite subject, what they want to be when they grow up. We're going to feature all of that right here on First Edition.
Don't forget the picture. That's our favorite part. Text everything right there on your screen. We cannot wait for this segment to air.
Absolutely. Okay, calling tradition into question.
The Buck Days lore steeped in pirates, but how much is fact versus fiction? We're going to visit with some Coastal Bend pirates to find out the truth.
Arr.
Good morning, Coastal Bend. Thanks for waking up with us here on First Edition. The beloved Buck Days is steeped in a many a tradition, but none more than pirates.
That's right. So it got us thinking, how much of this is actually history versus legend, truth, fiction? Ryan Hopper, though, he went digging for answers, and what he found might surprise you.
Ahoy! I'm Ryan Hopper in Port Aransas on the Red Dragon, the ship that was used for the Buck Days dunking of the mayor. This is such a great local tradition. It got me thinking, how much of this tradition is folklore versus actual fact? It's no secret that the Coastal Bend loves its pirates, from Mathis to London to Rockport Fulton to Sinton and of course Corpus Christi. But experts say the actual number of pirates here was quite low due to the Texas coast's treacherous conditions.
We're standing in an exhibit about the 1554 shipwrecks. These ships weren't stopping there. They were just trying to follow the coast, follow the winds. Storm came, blew them into the barrier islands. You get a shipwreck.
Beal says these wrecks, along with uneven sandbars, discouraged settlement in the Coastal Bend until the 1800s, but we do have a history of local lawlessness. In the 1830s, the Nueces River was the U.S.-Mexico border, making the Coastal Bend a sparsely populated, lawless region, attracting smugglers and other hustlers from all over the country, including Pennsylvanian Henry Lawrence Kinney.
He kind of settled here, maybe without the permission of the local Mexican owner at the time, because this is pre-Texas, this is pre-United States. Owner of the land grant actually came up with an armed party and was intending to throw him out, and they actually worked out a deal where he legally bought the rights to operate his trading post and to bring new settlers in.
Kinney's post eventually becoming the town of Corpus Christi.
We were a frontier between two great political powers, and anytime you get a frontier, you get people attracted to the opportunities that provides. And he was certainly someone here intentionally because it was a bit of an unclear situation, and you can make money in unclear situations.
So while French buccaneer Jean Lafitte will always be the first local pirate to come to mind, this Buck Days, think of the scallywag who founded this city nearly 200 years ago. From the Seven Seas, Ryan Hopper, 3 News.
Certainly in his element there, isn't he? He is having fun.
It's awesome. He's, he went to school in Austin, so he's really soaking up all things Coastal Bend, and that's what we like to see.
Yes, he has fully integrated himself into the lore of South Texas. There's a lot. Live look right now, too, outside at the Buck Days Carnival Fairground. I want to say fairgrounds. It's not a fairgrounds. It's a carnival grounds. Right now, the new Harbor Bridge in the background. Things look beautiful. A lot of family fun coming up later today.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're planning to head out later this morning, afternoon, or night, here's what they've got planned. Starting off with the food challenge at 11 a.m.
Sign me up for that. Wonder if that includes a brunch or if it's just straight out barbecue. That's tomorrow. Barbecue on the Bay.
Yes,
Always
okay.
a
Well,
good
if you
time.
need to burn some calories, we're going to have the premier martial arts demo at 5.
And Military and First Responders Night is tonight, too. So a chance to get out there if you're a military service member, veteran, emergency first responder. I believe it is free for you.
It's going to be a really great Friday night, weather permitting, of course. Not that that stops anybody, but it might hinder some carnival rides.
I would say get out early. Then this late evening, we'll
Okay,
track some
good
rain
to
and some
know.
thunderstorms. This afternoon, maybe an isolated shower or two, but otherwise mostly cloudy conditions. And then tomorrow, we'll start off with some rain. We'll get some clearing in the afternoon. And then Mother's Day, if you're heading outside, no matter where you are, mostly sunny and hot with temperatures in the 90s. All right, let's talk about what we're seeing outside right now. We have some rain, some thunderstorms down to our south, some light showers around San Antonio. And this is all thanks to this big trough that's digging into the Baja Peninsula, into parts of Mexico. That will gradually begin to shift its way towards our coastline, and that will increase our rain and thunderstorms. But for now, we're not seeing a lot of shower activity. Some new showers popping up in Kennedy County and Claiborne County, working up from the north. We have some thunderstorms that are just outside Jim Hogg County that are continuing to stretch towards the east, and then some heavier rainfall in northern portions of Bee County and Live Oak County that are continuing to stream from west to east. So that's why we have a small chance of rainfall this morning. This afternoon, we'll have mostly cloudy to partly sunny conditions with a few isolated showers possible. And then this evening, we'll track scattered rain and a couple of thunderstorms as we get that trough, bringing in more moisture during the late night hours. Otherwise, today it is going to be warm. Our temperatures reach the middle 80s for many. And then this evening, around 7, 8 o'clock, we'll watch our western locations for some showers, some thunderstorms. As that cluster continues to push towards the east, it'll begin to weaken. We'll still keep some thunderstorms around, and then that clears out by about midnight. Behind that main line, couple of showers and thunderstorms possible, but that bulk of the rainfall will move through from about 6, 7 o'clock tonight through about the 11 o'clock hour late tonight. Then tomorrow morning, we'll have a few isolated showers. Now, with that main line moving through, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted most of the coastal bend underneath an isolated severe weather threat, with wind and hail being the biggest concerns. Then tomorrow morning, we'll start off with a few isolated showers. Clouds and rain lift by the afternoon, leading to sunny conditions. And then Mother's Day, it gets hot with high temperatures in the 90s. The afternoon will feature mostly sunny conditions. Then Sunday late in the evening, early Monday morning, there's going to be a weak front that slides in. This will bring in a few showers very early Monday morning and then drop high temperatures from the low 90s on Mother's Day to the upper 80s on Monday. So a very weak front. And then looking ahead to next week, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. Highs hover in the middle and upper 80s.
Thank you, Kellyanne. A report on the environment, voters protesting water restrictions, and a veterans band of Corpus Christi announcement.
All that and more in your 3 News to Go.
Welcome back to First Edition, 6:52 on the clock in our studios. Here's a look at our 3 news to go. The Port of Corpus Christi, they're concerned with our environment. They hosted the community yesterday to learn about their updated environmental priorities, which could help guide their future projects and operations. Leaders there at the port say these new guidelines are a reflection of their continued commitment to environmental stewardship. And tonight at 10, be sure to tune in to 3 News. Our team will have a deeper look at those discussions. Members of our Coastal Bend boating community are asking the city to reconsider water limits that are tied to the drought contingency plan. The owner of Marker 37 says boats have to be rinsed off after use or the consequences can be costly. The mayor and city council say they are trying to balance water conservation with the needs of local boaters and anglers. Another boating community meeting is set for later this month. We'll be there for you. The Veterans Band of Corpus Christi has received an invitation to perform at the National Convention later this year in Vegas. The music director there, Ram Chavez, says this all-veteran ensemble of our South Texas heroes will take center stage at the American GI Forum. The group is seeking donations, though, to help cover travel costs for that trip, including airfare, hotel, and meals. And if you'd like to help them, you can visit our website, KIITV.com. Support our South Texas heroes. That's a great way to do it. We're happy and excited for you, Ram, and the whole team over there, a group of great guys. 3 News First Edition, we're not done. It might be 6:54, but we got 2 more hours of First Edition coming your way. You can find us on 3 News Plus. It's free to download to your smart TV. We'll be right back. Okay, Friday's here, and so naturally, you know what we do here on First Edition.
That's right. We give you your weekend guide.
We do. Do you want to take this first one?
Sure.
Yeah.
And on over to Buck Days Carnival. You still have time this weekend.
Okay, all you need to do is head over there from 12 to 9 at the Hilliard Center. Enjoy rides, games, food, live entertainment, and fun for the whole family. And tonight, ladies' night, that's right, because it's ladies' night. And okay, the fun begins at 7. It runs until 9. You have a chance to explore Play Cafe in Portland. Enjoy flower painting, lavender lemonade, which sounds tasty, snacks, and a relaxing night of crafting with your girls.
That sounds like a lot of fun. This one is for you moms out there. From 1 to 3:30, head over to the Garcia Center for a relaxing, much-needed Mother's Day spa event. Skincare treatments, hand massages, foot soaks, snacks, and special gifts. Space is limited for this adults-only pampering experience.
Okay, also at the Garcia on Sunday from 1